Well, good morning. Wes here, checking in on, I believe it's July 6th, 2021. And I guess a few days ago, at the beginning of the month, the Barnes& and Noble Criterion sale began. Yeah, I need more Criterions, like I need a hole in the head. I got this whole, let's see here, this whole shelf up here is my to be watched shelf, and there's actually two more out on my sort of on deck area out in the living room. Criterion collection is back here. Criterion sales going on. There was at least one or two in the last 6 months that I wanted, and probably maybe one more from my ever expanding wish list as I discover other titles that are in the Criterion collection. So we're going to go down to Ocala today and check out the Barnes & Noble there, because that's the nearest one to me, about 45 minutes down the road. And yeah, we're going to see what they got. Hopefully there's one that I'm really actually, let's see here, no, not that one, this one. Yeah, I'm hoping to upgrade this today. I'm tired of this letterboxed standard version. Excellent movie. I love that movie. That's a movie that's changed the way I think about things ever since I saw it. It's one of those movies that changes how you think of things. So yeah, let's head on down to Ocala and see what we can find. Hey YouTube, Wes here. So hope you enjoyed that little trip down to my nearest Barnes & Noble down in Ocala, Florida. I was successful in finding some things for my collection. I was unsuccessful in finding the one single title that I really wanted to get, and that would be Defending Your Life. That one has sold out online, both on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble at this moment. I'm hoping to find one. According to Barnes & Noble's website, that store did have one on Blu-ray. But I was not able to find it. Maybe I should have asked an employee. There was a copy on DVD, which I don't want the DVD copy. Definitely want to have that one on Blu-ray. So I was unable to get that one. Hopefully in the next weeks coming,
when I'm filming this, it's about the 10th of July, so we still have at least about 3 more weeks of the sale going on. So hopefully in those next 3 weeks, it'll come back in stock on one of the sites, and I'll be able to pick it up, or I'll be able to find it some way or another. So yeah, I did end up picking up 5 titles. I wanted to go ahead and share with you what I picked up, unbox them, give you a closer look at the titles I did pick up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. There's kind of a theme to these, even though I wasn't going for a theme. Coming of age movies. It's kind of weird. That's just how things worked out, with the exception of this very first one. So the very first thing I picked up at spine number 1062, this is the Rolling Thunder Review. Bob Dylan, a story by Martin Scorsese from 2019. So a very recent release as far as theatrical releases go, and a very recent release as far as the Criterion collection. In 1975, in an America defined by both the self-mythologizing pomp of the upcoming bicentennial and ongoing socio-political turmoil, Bob Dylan and a band of troubadours, including luminaries such as Joan Baez, Allen Ginsberg, and Joni Mitchell, embarked on a now legendary tour known as the Rolling Thunder Review, a freewheeling variety show that was part traveling counterculture carnival, part spiritual pilgrimage. Director Martin Scorsese blends behind-the-scenes archival footage, interviews, and narrative mischief with a magician's sleight of hand into a zeitgeist-defining cultural record as much a concert documentary as it is a slippery, chimeral investigation into memory, time, truth, and illusion. At the center of all is the magnetic Dylan, a sphinx-like philosopher-poet singing with electrifying conviction to the soul of an anxious nation. So I heard a lot about this movie in the recent years since it came out. I have not had the chance to see it yet, so I'm really excited to have this in the Criterion collection and be able to experience it this way. This one does come with a 4K digital master approved by Martin Scorsese, new interviews, new restored footage from the Rolling Thunder Review performances, restoration demonstration, and a new essay by novelist Dana Spiotta, and writing from the Rolling Thunder Review tour by author Sam Shepard and poets Allen Ginsberg and Anne Waldman. So not a lot in the way of special features, but this is just a really interesting thing, because it was a documentary. This took place in 1975, but it was not released till 2019. And it's sort of a mixture of the footage from 1975 and then modern footage. So yeah, really excited to be able to see this one. Now I'll go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like on the inside here. I have a very large booklet here with all the essays and poetry and all that kind of extra stuff that was mentioned in the special features. And here is a look at the inside of the case there. Yeah, let's see here. Lots of photographs and essays, as I said, and poetry. So yeah, very, very nice put together book. It's going to be fun to go through that and fun to experience the movie itself. So that is the Rolling Thunder Review. The first thing I picked up this time. All right, and the second thing I picked up, this is the only sort of catalog title that I picked up this time. All the other ones were recent releases in the past few months. This is spine number 247, Richard Linklater's Slacker from 1991. There's a look at the front. Here is a look at the back. Slacker presents a day in the life of a loose-knit Austin, Texas subculture populated by eccentric and overeducated young people shooting on 16mm for a mere $23,000. Writer, producer, director Richard Linklater and his crew of friends did away with any idea of traditional plot, choosing instead to create a tapestry of over 100 characters, each as compelling as the last. Slacker is a prescient look at an emerging generation of aggressive non-participants and one of the key films of the American independent film movement of the 1990s. So yeah, this will be interesting for me to watch. I was 14 in 1991, so I was kind of probably a little bit younger than the people in this film, but getting close to their age, and so I can kind of relate to the time period pretty well, and I think I will enjoy this. I have not seen this movie before. 100 minutes is the runtime on this one. Restored high definition digital film transfer, supervised by director Linkletter and director of photography Lee Daniels. 3 audio commentaries featuring Linkletter and members of the cast and crew. It's impossible to learn to plow by reading books. 1988, Linkletter's first feature with a commentary by the director. So an extra film is included on here. Woodshock from 1985, a 16mm short film by Richard Linkletter. Casting tapes featuring select auditions. Footage from the Slacker 10th anniversary reunion. Early film treatment. Home movies, 10-minute trailer for a 2005 documentary about the landmark Austin Cafe Les Amis, deleted scenes and alternative takes, trailer plus a booklet featuring essays by author and filmmaker John Pearson and Sony Pictures Classics co-president Michael Barker, reviews by critics Ron Rosenblum and Chris Walters. Producer notes by Linkletter, an introduction to It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books by director Monty Hellman. So yeah, lots of special features on here. I'm really looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like on the inside. This one has a matte cover on it. Very nice looking there. Open this up. Very similar to the Rolling Thunder review. We do have a booklet, although this is a spine sort of glued booklet rather than stapled. Lots and lots of photos and text in here as well. Very nice. This is just what I love about the Criterion Collection, is they just go over and above with all the special features and extras and printed materials. And there is a look at the disc itself, a single Blu-ray there. So that is Slacker from 1991 by Richard Linkletter. The only, I guess, sort of catalog release I picked up, as I said. Everything else was newer stuff. I guess I'm getting to that point in my Criterion collecting where I'm really into the most recent releases. So the third thing I picked up, spine number 1061. So I guess this was released in the same month as Rolling Thunder Review, as that was 1062. This is another documentary, as again, sort of keeping the coming of age theme going here. This is a skateboarding documentary titled Minding the Gap by Bing Liu from 2018 when it was originally released theatrically. There's a look at the front. Here's a look at the back. The extraordinary debut from documentarian Bing Liu weaves a story of skateboarding, friendship, and fathers and sons into a coming-of-age journey of courageous vulnerability. Over the course of several years, and with his camera always at the ready, Liu records the rocky paths into adulthood of Kira and Zach, 2 friends of his own skateboarding community in Rockford, Illinois. As he does so, deeper parallels emerge that ultimately draw the filmmaker into a heartrending confrontation with his own past, with images of exhilarating poetry and a keen emotional sensitivity. Minding the Gap is a powerful, cathartic portrait of fledgling lives forged in trauma and fighting to break free. So we have a new high-definition digital master approved by the director Bing Liu. 2 new audio commentaries, one featuring Liu and the other featuring subjects Carrie and Zach. New follow-up conversation between Liu and documentary subject Nina Bogren. New programs featuring interviews with professional skateboarder Tony Hawk and with Liu. Executive producer Gordon Quinn and producer Diane Kwan. 4 outtake scenes with introductions by Liu. Nuoc, 2010 short film by Liu about 2 Vietnamese immigrants growing up in America. A trailer and an essay by critic J. Caspian Kang. So some nice special features on that one, as again, that one's from 2018, 93 minutes. Minding the Gap documentary. And this one for sure, for some reason you aren't familiar with, I'm sure anyone watching this video will be familiar with the wonderful Daisuke Beppu channel. Daisuke does wonderful, in-depth, very detailed reviews of Criterion Collection releases, and he did an excellent review of this film among others, and pretty much everything in the Criterion Collection, and I was inspired to pick this up from him based on his review and his thoughts on this film and his discussion on this film. So I'm really looking forward to that. This comes in the plastic case here, a single Blu-ray here. Here is the booklet. This is a smaller sort of fold-out booklet. Get a look at some of the people in the film here. And then on this side will be the essay. So yeah. There's a look at the give you a look at the photo in the background there. Just a barren parking garage. So that is Minding the Gap from 2018 by Bing Liu. The third pickup from the July 2021 sale for me. Okay, coming in at number 4, and the keeping with the theme of coming of age movies, this is Spine number 1068, so fairly recent release. This is Smooth Talk, directed by Joyce Chopra from 1985. Look at the front cover. Suspended between carefree youth and the harsh realities of the adult world, a teen girl experiences an unsettling awakening in this haunting vision of innocence lost. Based on Joyce Carol Oates' celebrated short story, Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? The narrative debut from Joyce Chopra features a revelatory breakout performance by Laura Dern as Connie, the 15-year-old black sheep of her family, whose summertime idyll of beach trips, mall hangouts, and innocent flirtations is shattered by an encounter with a mysterious stranger, a memorably menacing Treat Williams. Winner of the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance, Smooth Talk captures the thrill and terror of adolescent sexual exploration, and it transforms the conventions of a coming-of-age story into something altogether more troubling and profound. 1985, 91 minutes. Special features include newly restored 4K digital transfer supervised by director Joyce Chopra with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, conversations among Chopra and author Joyce Carol Oates and actor Laura Dern from the 2020 New York Film Festival, moderated by Turner Classic Movies host Alicia Malone, new interview with Chopra, new conversations between Chopra and actors Treat Williams and Mary Kay Place, moderated by Malone, new interview with production designer David Wasso, KPFK Pacifica Radio interview with Chopra from 1985, Joyce at 34 from 1972, Girls at 12 from 1975, and Chlore and Albie from 1975. 3 short films from Chopra, so we get kind of a look at early works by this director, short films. That's awesome. Love when extra films are included in these releases. Audio recording of the 1966 Life magazine article, The Pied Piper of Tucson, which inspired the short story by Oates. Trailers, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, plus an essay by poet and memorist Honor Moore, a 1986 New York Times article by Oates about the adaptation, and Oates' 1966 short story, Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? So lots and lots of special features on this, including some short films from the director, early short films from the director. So that's really awesome. So let's get this one opened up and take a look inside. So there's a look at the cover. Take a look at the booklet first. Decently thick booklet here. Looks like lots of stills and production photos in here, as well as the aforementioned essays. Very nice. So we have that. Here's a look at the disc. Nice artwork on the disc there. And there is a look at the inside of the case there. I'm guessing that's a still from the film, possibly. I've not seen this film before. I've seen none of these films before. Those are all, I guess, what you call blind buys, but they were educated blind buys, as I did sort of research. All of these beforehand, except for the last movie here that I'll talk about. That was a true blind buy. But yes, that was Smooth Talk from 1985, directed by Joyce Chopra. So yes, the last and final film I picked up at the Criterion sale is another documentary, another coming-of-age documentary. This is the documentary titled Streetwise, a film by Martin Bell, Mary Ellen Mark, and Cheryl McCall. This is, actually, two movies are included on this, I should say. Streetwise, and then the second name title is Tiny, The Life of Aaron Blackwell. So two documentaries here. The first one, Streetwise, is from 1984. Running time is 91 minutes. The second movie is Tiny, The Life of Aaron Blackwell from 2016, and that clocks in at 88 minutes. So these two movies sort of go together. They are about the same subject. So let's go ahead and get into the description here. In 1983, director Martin Bell, photographer Mary Ellen Mark, and journalist Cheryl McCall set out to tell the stories of homeless and runaway teenagers living in the margins in Seattle. Streetwise follows an unforgettable group of kids who survive by hustling, panhandling, and dumpster diving. Its most haunting and enduring figure is its iron-willed 14-year-old Aaron Blackwell, aka Tiny, the project's follow-up. Tiny, The Life of Aaron Blackwell, completed 30 years later, draws on the filmmaker's long relationship with the subject, now a mother of 10. Blackwell reflects with Mark on the journey they've experienced together, from Blackwell's battles with addiction to her regrets to her dreams for her children, even as she sees them repeat her own struggles. Taken together, the two films create a devastatingly frank, empathetic portrait of lost youth growing up far too soon in a world that has failed them, and a family trying to break free of the cycle of trauma, as well as a summation of the life's work of Mark, an irreplaceable artistic voice. So this is director-approved Blu-ray special edition features, new high-definition digital restoration of Streetwise, and high-definition digital master of Tiny, supervised by the director, new audio commentary on Streetwise featuring Bell, new interview with Bell about photographer Mary Ellen Mark, new interview with Streetwise editor Nancy Baker, 4 short films by Bell. So you also get 4, not only do you get 2 documentaries on here, you get 4 short films as well. Tiny at 20 from 1993, so sort of a short film follow-up to the original. Kind of bridges the gap between the first and last film there. The American Plastic Lady from 1995. Aaron from 2005, so another sort of gap-bridging short film there, sort of every decade. And Streetwise Revisited Rat from 2021, so this year. Also features trailers, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, plus an essay by historian Andrew Hayden, journalist Cheryl McCall's 1983 Life magazine article about teenagers living on the streets in Seattle, and the reflections on Blackwell written by Mark in 2015. So tons and tons of special features on this. I love this kind of stuff. Really excited to dig in and get into this story of this person's life, from 14 to now being, probably 50 years old, close to it. So let's get this cracked open. So there is a clear look at the cover, and I guess since this is 2 films, they don't give a year on here, just the Criterion Collection. This is spine number 1079 and 1080. So 2 spine numbers being 2 movies. There's another quick look at the back without the shrink wrap on it. So let's pop this open and see what it looks like on the inside. So here is the disc itself. Just a black and white sort of disc here with the titles of the 2 movies. Let's take a look at the booklet first again. So there is, I'm guessing that's Tiny there. There's a look on the back. Flip through this quickly. some text and some stills, maybe some production photos. Very nice. So that is that. Take the disc out quickly and show you the inside of the case. So there are just some film negatives, or film, I guess technically those are positives. So yeah, again, those are my pickups from the Criterion sale. Again, we have Rolling Thunder Review by Martin Scorsese, spine number 1062. We have Slacker by Richard Linklater from 1991, spine number 247. Minding the Gap by Bing Liu from 2018. This is spine number 1061. We have Smooth Talk by Joyce Chopra from 1985. That's spine number 1068. And last but not least, we have the dual documentary feature Streetwise and Tiny, the life of Aaron Blackwell from 1984 and 2016, spine number 1079 and 1080. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any comments down below. Let me know what you picked up in the Criterion sale, if you got anything. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, great night, and we'll see you at the movies. Cheers.